Stop everything. Look at me. If this video appeared on your screen today, it wasn't the YouTube algorithm that delivered it to you. It was the Almighty Himself, interrupting your routine to tell you something that changes the way you see your life starting this night. You have been feeling strange things in the last few months. You wake up in the middle of the night and look at the corner of the room with the impression that there is someone there. You walk past certain people and your body locks up for no reason. You enter certain environments and the air feels heavier, as if you were breathing invisible smoke. You look at your child, your husband, your wife, your brother, and deep in your chest comes a warning you cannot explain. And you are here now thinking you are going crazy, thinking it's just exhaustion. I will tell you firmly, you are not crazy, you are not exaggerating, it is not exhaustion. What is happening to you is that the Almighty is opening your eyes. In the literal sense, He is removing a spiritual blindfold that has been on you your entire life, and He is giving you the ability to see what exists beyond the material world. And this, my brother, my sister, is happening right now because He set you apart for a mission that not everyone was called to fulfill. I will show you 3 things in this video. Do not turn it off before the end. First, the 7 signs that prove your spiritual eyes are being opened. Second, why this is happening precisely at this moment in your life and not 5 years ago. Third, what to do starting today so you don't miss this window. Before anything else, understand a hard truth. Most people will live and die without ever realizing what happens around them in the spiritual realm. They will go through life blind. They will marry people who weren't meant for them. They will raise children without realizing spiritual influences over them. They will enter partnerships with people sent to destroy them. And they will never understand. They will blame bad luck, fate, the economy. But with you, the Almighty decided to act before it was too late. Stop. Take a deep breath. Because what I am about to tell you at this exact moment in the video did not reach you by late-night distraction. You feel, deep in your chest, that you are here for a reason greater than entertainment. You have been seeing things, feeling things, perceiving spiritual movements around you, and no one near you can explain to you what is happening. Worse, inside you, there is a silent fear of protecting your family from something that doesn't have a name yet, but you already feel the presence walking inside your home. Many people feel what you are feeling. Very few understand it. And until you have the right answers in your hand, your house remains exposed, your home remains uncovered. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you. How to Know If You Are Saved for Judgment Day. The link is in the description and pinned at the top of the comments. Those who received this material saw things hidden for years and protected marriages, children, homes that were hanging by a thread. I don't know how long it will be available. If He is calling you now, don't put it off until later. Comment the word Amen below as confirmation that you heard the warning. Let's go back to the signs. The first are vivid dreams. You have started to have dreams that seem more real than your waking life. You wake up remembering everything, every detail, every face, every word spoken, and these dreams always leave you a message. Sometimes you dream of someone you haven't seen in a long time, and 2 days later you receive news about them. Sometimes you dream of a place you have never been, and later discover that the place exists. Sometimes you dream of a loved one who has passed away and they tell you something important. This is not imagination. This is the Almighty using your dreams to show you what your waking eye does not yet see. Second sign, you have started to feel people before they say a single word. You sit on the bus, on the subway, in an Uber, and out of nowhere a wave of discomfort passes through your body because of someone standing nearby. You answer a call, and before the person on the other end says good morning, you already know that conversation will bring a headache. You open the door for a family member to enter, and you feel a weight in your chest that wasn't there when that same person walked in last year. This is called discernment of spirits. It is a rare gift described in the first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 12, and the Almighty is depositing this gift within you because soon it will be a matter of spiritual survival to know how to identify who around you is an instrument of light and who is an instrument of something else. Third sign, you have lost your taste for things that used to give you pleasure. That soap opera you never missed now annoys you. That Sunday barbecue with the same old friends now tires you out. That social network where you spent hours now feels empty, and at the same time you feel a strange thirst for silence, prayer, deeper reading, a walk in the backyard early in the morning. This is not depression, as they will say. This is your spirit rising, leaving behind what no longer has use for the mission. Wait a moment. You are feeling it now while I speak, a confirmation knocking within your chest. Each sign matches something you have been experiencing for months. This encounter between you and this message is not an algorithm. It is a direct calling. That is why I prepared a powerful digital book for you. How to know if you are saved for Judgment Day. Link in the description and pinned at the top of the comments. Your family depends on your decision now. Don't leave it for tomorrow. Fourth sign. You have started to hear an inner voice more clearly. It is not an audible voice like in a movie. It is a voice inside your chest that gives you precise guidance. You are leaving the house, and something inside you says, "Go back, take the umbrella." You go back, take it, and in half an hour a storm begins. You are thinking of closing a deal, and something inside you says, "Wait another week." You wait and discover the guy was a crook. This voice is the voice of the Holy Spirit, manifesting with more strength because your spiritual eyes are being opened, and your ears along with them. Fifth sign. Your emotional sensitivity has increased in a way that scares you. You're driving, hear a song on the radio, and out of nowhere you start crying for no reason. You read a piece of news about someone you don't even know, and you feel a pain in your chest as if they were a relative. You pass in front of a church you don't even go in, and you feel a tightening in your heart. You wake up in the morning for no reason at all, and have the urge to pray for the neighbor you only greet from afar. This is compassion being awakened. It is your heart being trained to perceive pain that other eyes do not see, because the Almighty is equipping you to be an instrument of intercession for people who are getting lost around you. Sixth sign, and this one is the most frightening. You have started to notice repetitions. You open the Bible to a random verse, and it answers a question you asked in the morning directly. You turn on the car radio, and the preacher is talking exactly about the topic that was distressing you. You open a social network, and the first video is about the same subject. Calm down. I'm not talking about superstition or gambling or those things found on the internet. I'm talking about signs of confirmation. The Almighty, when He begins to open someone's eyes, tends to use repetition as a way to get their attention. It is as if He was saying, "Pay attention, you are being guided. This path is not being built by chance." Seventh sign, you feel a protection you didn't feel before. You've been through situations in the last few months that rationally should have gone wrong. That near miss on the road that ended in nothing. That exam with a worrying result that later normalized with no medical explanation. That person who entered your life to exploit you and left before doing any damage. You look back and realize that something is covering you, and that is why your spiritual eyes are being opened, because the one who covers you wants you to start seeing the coverage. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the right moment. Hit the bell, turn on notifications, and leave your like here on the video, because a message like this doesn't reach you by chance, and the next one might be exactly the next piece of the puzzle that the Almighty is assembling in your life. Now, with these 7 signs in your mind, I need to explain to you why this is happening right now. There is a very specific reason. Most people only receive this opening of spiritual vision when they are approaching a giant turning point. It's not just any change, it's a turn of purpose. It's when the Almighty is about to place into a person's hands a mission that will require absolute clarity. And to fulfill this mission, they need to see the invisible, because without it, they will fall into traps along the way. You perhaps are being prepared to lead your family spiritually, perhaps to break a curse that has been passing from generation to generation and stopping precisely at you, perhaps to rescue a child who is drifting away, a spouse being influenced, a sibling being destroyed by addictions, perhaps for a ministry you never imagined. The Almighty doesn't open anyone's eyes for nothing. When He opens them, it's because there is heavy work for that person to do. And here I need to warn you about something that few preach, but it is fundamental. When the Almighty opens your eyes, the enemy also notices, and he will try to close them again. He will try to convince you that it's all in your head. He will send people close to you to say you are exaggerating, that you are obsessed, that you need to distract yourself a little. He will use family, friends, even ill-prepared pastors. And if you are not firm, you return to blindness. This is the greatest tragedy that can happen to you now, because once the Almighty offers eyes and the person refuses, He rarely offers them again. Remember what happened to Esau, who sold his birthright for a bowl of lentils. Even crying afterwards, he could not recover it. Stop everything here now. What you just heard about Esau was not my choice for this moment. It was a choice from above. You cannot reach this point and go back to pretending that everything is fine. Your eyes are being opened precisely because your family needs someone who can see. Your home needs a watchman, and that watchman is you. It wasn't your spouse, your brother, your father who was chosen. It was you. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you. How to know if you are saved for Judgment Day. This book is not common reading. It is an instrument so you don't lose what the Almighty is offering you now. Link in the description and pin to the top of the comments. If you heard the call, act today. Comment "I receive it" down below as a sign of acceptance. Now let's go to the third part, which is what you need to do starting today so you don't lose this window. 5 practical attitudes, easy to execute, that will consolidate what the Almighty is doing inside you. These are not theories. They are steps that real people applied, and their lives changed in a matter of weeks. First attitude, create a daily moment of silence without a cell phone, without television, without radio, without anything. It can be early in the morning before everyone else wakes up. It can be at lunchtime in the parked car. It can be at night after everyone has gone to sleep. The important thing is that it is at least 20 minutes a day where you hear nothing but your own breathing and the voice that the Almighty wants to deliver to you. I know it seems like little, but for someone who has never done this, 20 minutes is an eternity at the beginning. You will feel the urge to grab your phone. You will feel like you are wasting time. You will even feel physical restlessness. But if you endure the first week, in the second you will start to hear things within you that will frighten you by how clear they are. That message about a specific person, that direction regarding a difficult decision, that understanding about an old situation that had been bothering you for years, all of this comes in the silence. The Almighty does not compete with noise. Second attitude, write down everything you are perceiving. Buy a simple notebook, one of those you find at the market for little money, or use the Notes app on your cell phone. Write down dreams, write down intuitions, write down people who came to your mind for no apparent reason. Write down repetitions, write down discomforts you felt near specific people. Write it down with the date. Why this? Because after 3 months of doing this, you will open this notebook and you will see patterns that will knock you off your feet. You will realize that that intuition about your co-worker was right, that that discomfort near your brother's wife had a foundation, that that dream about your late aunt was a warning for you to visit your mother. Writing it down is the way to prove to yourself that it is not all in your head. And when you have this proof, no one else will be able to convince you otherwise. Third attitude, take care of your body as if it were the temple of the Spirit that it is. I know it will seem strange to talk about this in a spiritual video, but pay attention. Your body is the device through which the Spirit receives and processes these revelations. If your body is intoxicated, sleep-deprived, poorly fed, sedentary, the spiritual signal arrives scrambled. It is like trying to watch a channel on an old television with a crooked antenna. The image comes through, but it comes through full of static. Reduce sugar, reduce soda. Reduce that little beer every night. Sleep at least 7 hours. Walk 30 minutes a day, even if it is around the block or down your street. In 2 weeks, you will feel the difference, because the signals will arrive cleaner. Fourth attitude, review your friendships and the environments you frequent. I'm going to tell you something hard but necessary. There are people near you today who need to leave your circle. I am not telling you to fight with anyone, to make a scene, to start throwing everyone out. I am talking about a strategic and silent reduction of presence. That friend who only talks about women, about drinking, about gossip, start decreasing the frequency. That WhatsApp group that only posts bad things, leave without notice. That relative who every time they call leaves you feeling down, answer less often. And the opposite as well. Get closer to people who speak of the Almighty for real, who pray with you, who ask you how your family is with genuine interest. In a short time, the environment around you starts to breathe differently. The fifth attitude, and this one is the most important. Start interceding actively for your family. Intercession is different from common prayer. Common prayer is when you ask for your own things. Intercession is when you place yourself in another person's shoes and cry out for them. When you feel that your child is under attack, you don't just ask the Almighty to help. You place yourself spiritually between your child and the attack and pray as if you were your child there. When you feel that your spouse is being influenced, you place yourself in their stead and cry out for deliverance as if it were your own. This type of prayer moves mountains, and it is only possible after your spiritual eyes have been opened, because without seeing the invisible, you wouldn't even know who to intercede for. Now I want to tell you a quick story, because I know there is someone listening to this video who is doubting if all of this is true. There is a lady named Mrs. Miller from the countryside of Kentucky who sent me a report months ago. She was 62 years old, had always attended church but lived her faith on autopilot. She began to feel everything I described in this video: vivid dreams, sensitivity toward people, a clearer inner voice, everything. She almost gave up on paying attention because her family went so far as to tell her to see a doctor. But something inside her told her to continue. She started the 20 minutes of silence. She started writing everything down. She began to intercede for her youngest son, 34 years old, who was sinking into online gambling, the kind that is destroying families from north to south. In 3 weeks, Mrs. Miller's son arrived at her house unannounced and collapsed on the sofa crying. He said he was at rock bottom because of his debts. Mrs. Miller listened, embraced him, and was the first person he confessed to. At another point in her life, she wouldn't have been ready. She would have scolded him, panicked, and made things worse. But because her spiritual eyes had been opened, she knew exactly what to say. She knew exactly how to guide him. She knew exactly the path of prayer. Today this son is clean, is working again, and has returned to visiting his mother's house on Sundays. This, my dear, is what happens when a person accepts what the Almighty is doing with their eyes. And it's not just Mrs. Miller. There is Mr. Jenkins from Louisiana, who noticed a financial trap just before falling for a scam that would have taken his retirement. There is Karen from Charleston, who spotted a problem inside her own home in time, and instead of exploding, she managed, with wisdom, to recover a marriage that was hanging by a thread. There is Robert from Seattle, who was about to enter into a partnership that would have ruined his life, and on the eve of the meeting, he felt an inner agitation that could not be ignored. He cancelled the partnership. 2 months later, the man who was going to be his partner was arrested for fraud. Chance? I doubt it. Spiritual eyes. Perhaps you're thinking right now, but why me? I'm not a pastor, I'm not a missionary, I have nothing special. I answer you, that is precisely why. The Almighty does not choose based on worldly resumes. He chooses based on available hearts. And your heart, at some point in the last few months, even without you knowing, whispered a yes to him. Maybe it was on a night crying inside the bathroom. Maybe it was after a fight at home. Maybe it was staring at the ceiling at 3 in the morning, unable to sleep. That moment that seemed the worst was exactly when he set you apart. And look, I want to tell you one more thing about this matter of not being anyone special. Go open your Bible after this video, go check it. David was a shepherd when he was anointed king. Moses was a goat herder when he received the mission to set a people free. Peter was an illiterate fisherman when he became the rock of the church. Mary was a simple girl from the countryside. The Almighty has a soft spot for people the world considers ordinary, because it is in these people that he places the extraordinary, and no one can say it was man's merit. It was his work. You, sitting there on the sofa right now, are exactly the profile of the person he usually uses for the greatest works. I need to take a pause here because there is something I want to ask you directly. Can you remember right now any recent moment where you felt something but ignored it? Some moment when your intuition screamed and you rationalized it? Some moment when an inner voice warned you and you preferred to listen to what the world was saying? Think, remember, feel, because it is precisely this type of behavior that the Almighty is trying to fix in you now. He is not giving you these spiritual eyes for you to keep pretending you don't see. He is giving you these spiritual eyes for you to obey. Comment down below. When was the last time your intuition spoke to you and you ignored it? I will read the comments. And more. If you share this experience, you will help other people realize they are not alone in what they are living. I want you to do one thing before I tell you the last part of this video. Stop the video for an instant. Think of someone in your family, the first one who comes to your mind, and pray briefly for them. You don't need complicated words. It can just be like this. Lord, cover this person, open my spiritual eyes so I can see what they are living, and use me to help. Do it now, even if it seems too simple, because the most powerful prayer that exists is the prayer made at the exact moment the Spirit feels the calling. When we leave it for later, the effect is not the same. Back to the video. I said I was going to deliver 3 things to you, and I did. The 7 signs, the reason why it is happening now, and the 5 practical attitudes. But there is a 4th layer I didn't want to leave out, because it is the most important. It has to do with gratitude. Yes, gratitude. Most people, when they realize that the Almighty is acting in this way in their lives, start to get anxious, wanting to understand everything at once, wanting answers for everything immediately. This is a mistake, because the Almighty draws near to the grateful heart. The more you are thankful for the little you can already see today, the more He will show you things tomorrow. It is an ancient spiritual principle. Whoever is thankful for the bread receives the full meal. Whoever is thankful for the lantern receives the sun. Whoever is thankful for the small revelation receives the great revelation. So today, before sleeping, I want to ask you to make 3 specific thanks. First, be thankful for having arrived alive to this moment of your life. Think about how many people your age did not make it. Second, be thankful for seeing what you are seeing, even if still confused, because that is a privilege. Third, be thankful for the next step, even before you know what it is. This 3rd one is the most powerful, because you are demonstrating faith. You are saying, I don't know what is coming, but I am already thankful because I trust in the one who is leading. I know you are feeling right now a mixture of things, perhaps relief because for the first time someone put into words what you were feeling, perhaps fear because the spiritual responsibility is great, perhaps hope because you realize there is a purpose behind everything. All of this is normal. There is nothing wrong with feeling everything at the same time. The important thing is what you are going to do with this, starting tonight. There is one more thing I need to tell you before we conclude. When the Almighty opens someone's eyes, that person goes through, in most cases, a period of withdrawal. It is not a bad withdrawal. It is a transitional withdrawal. You will feel, over the next few weeks, an enormous desire to be quieter. You will want to stay home more. You will want to speak less. You will want to answer fewer messages in the family group chat. It is normal. It is your spirit adjusting to a new frequency. Do not mistake it for sadness. Do not mistake it for spiritual drifting. It is the opposite. It is spiritual drawing near. During this period, you may even seem more serious in front of people. That is okay. Those who truly love you will understand. Those who do not understand perhaps were not meant to accompany you anyway. And here is an important warning. In this phase, avoid making big decisions. Do not change jobs in a panic. Do not end relationships in a rush. Do not sell assets without praying. The phase of inner silence is a phase for listening, not for taking big actions. Big actions come later, with clarity and with the peace that confirms. You will know the time. Everything in due season. Another important thing that many people forget, during this spiritual opening, you may encounter resistance where you least expect it. That uncle who always supported you in everything, out of nowhere, begins to mock your changes. That lifelong friend, out of nowhere, makes a malicious comment about your new phase. Do not take it personally. Most of the time, these people are not attacking you. They are sensing, without understanding, that the place they occupied in your life is changing. And when someone loses their old place, they tend to react poorly before accepting it. Treat them with patience, but do not retreat. Those who need to walk with you in this new phase will appear. Those who do not will leave the path on their own. And look, I want to tell you one last thing before the final invitation. I, on the other side of this camera, do not know you personally. I do not know your name. I do not know your story. I do not know what you are going through today at work, at home, inside your room, in the silence of the shower. But I know one thing. If you have made it this far in the video, without turning it off, without skipping, Without getting distracted, it is because your spirit has been asking for this for a long time. And today, finally, it has found a place to rest and listen. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for having reached this moment with me. And I pray to the Almighty that every word you have heard in the last few minutes serves as a seed. It may take a while to bloom, but it will bloom, because a word planted in an open heart always bears fruit. Always. And now, before I release you from this message, I need to make one last appeal, and I will be direct with you. Everything I have given you here today is just the beginning. You heard about 7 signs, about 5 attitudes, about purpose, about the withdrawal phase, but you have not yet seen the complete design of what the Almighty is building in your life for this new phase. That is why I have prepared a powerful digital book for you, How to Know If You Are Saved for Judgment Day. The link is in the description of this video and pinned at the top of the comments. Do not leave it for tomorrow. The message arrived today for a reason, and your decision today will set the pace for the coming months in your home. Comment below, I see, as a sign that you have accepted. May the Almighty cover you, keep you, and open your eyes evermore. And until the next video.